little Alec Cheriansky in the background there. Also brought to you by Reinventing the Tattoo, now available digitally. It's out of print. It is an invaluable asset to tattooers everywhere. Ask a professional tattooer. I guarantee they have used this book for reference and learning, but now you can get it digitally at reinventingthetattoo.com. It'll have constantly updated information, guest chapters and videos that will be always changing, so check that out. And as always, brought to you by Off the Map Tattoo, where we are right now. This is our extension studio temporarily. We just got the keys to our brand new space. We're moving into an old theater building. Used to play some lovely select choices of movies. The floor is a little sticky now, but we're going to take care of that. And we're going to have a huge space bringing you more and more of what we already do. Stay tuned for news and updates about that new space. If you're local, come by. We'll show you around. So on this episode, we will be talking with our resident Gabriel Lis, who's recently here from New Mexico, and we'll be speaking with Durb Morrison via Skype. Durb is our partner in the Venetian Tattoo Gathering, 20-year tattooer and owner of a tattoo shop in Columbus, Ohio. He'll be talking a little bit about some important things when it comes to tattooer health. He's had lots of experiences with both poor health and reasons and methods to fix that. So stay tuned if you're interested in having a long career. We'll also have network news with Off the Map resident Josh Sahoza. Whoop. Right?
That's right.
You ready?
Ready. You ready?
Did you catch him? You might have caught him during our drunk critique episode. That was the debut of his personality. Gabe Londis also got a lot of shit during that one. So if you're curious about that, you can go to our YouTube channel and check it all out. Fort Hill Brewery played a big part in that episode, and every episode since. So we will be right back in just a few minutes with Gabriel Londis, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and ask your questions in the chat. We'll try to get to them on the air. See you in a minute. Hey, we're back with Gabe Londis. Hey, Gabe.
Hey,
What's happening?
stoked to be here.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You nervous?
a little bit.
It's just me, man. And them.
Yeah.
They don't judge. Well, they do a lot. They often do. Marwin never does, though.
That's okay, judge away.
Sweet. So, you are one of our newer residents here. You've been here a while now,
Yep. 4 months.
but 4 months?
Ish.
4 months-ish.
Yeah,
So, you moved here from New Mexico.
I did.
What made you decide to go from warm, dry New Mexico to frozen, moist tundra of New England?
I wanted to become a better tattooer,
Yeah?
and I wanted to surround myself with positive, creative energy, and everything that Off the Map offered was here, so
Have we met your expectations yet?
exceeded them, actually.
Have there been any surprises? Anything that
I-
has happened that you didn't expect?
The cold was... Everybody warned me, but you can't really prepare yourself for it, so... And it was a mild winter, everybody said, but I thought it was super cold.
It was definitely one of the most mellow winters we've had in a long time. If you were here last year, you probably would still be back. Like 6 to 8 feet of snow over last year.
Oh, man.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah. The other surprise was how busy I was so fast. That kind of caught me off guard a little bit.
So what are some of the challenges to going from having like a moderate workload to really being pounded and booked out with large pieces?
Being creative all the time.
Crime here's not that bad. Don't listen to the sign. We're across the street from the fire department.
And producing my best tattoo each time while being creative on a daily basis. That was pretty challenging.
So what are some of the steps that you've taken to overcome some of these challenges?
Well, I stopped sleeping completely.
That's not
Just kidding. I did
healthy.
not stop sleeping, but
Just mostly?
just mostly, yeah. Just putting the work in and really kind of reaching out to other tattooers that I look up to, which is pretty much everybody here at Off the Map, and getting their help and input into how they create and keep up with their workload. And
So we put you in the back room, which is kind of like the open style, like monkey house of Off the Map,
yeah.
as opposed to like a private booth. How do you like working in that environment?
It was a little different because I was really used to working in a private booth, but it was great because all the information was free flowing. I wasn't confined to my little corner, and I didn't feel like I had to stay there. So it was great.
So what are you looking forward to in the future here with us?
I'm looking forward to progressing further and creating awesome tattoos.
So you do mostly black and gray. I would say 99% of what you do is black and gray.
It seems to be here, I kind of got into the black and gray thing a little bit more, which I love, but I want
It's
to...
because Max can't keep up with everybody.
Yes, Max cannot tattoo the entire world. But I love color, so, hopefully a balance of the two will...
Do you want to take on more color work?
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
Notes out there. If you can wait a few months, get some color tattoos.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you like to do?
I like kind of dark imagery, skulls, of course. I love...
Skulls are terrible. Hate them
I
myself.
could probably tattoo a skull every day and be super happy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So as far as color goes, what kind of stuff do you like there? I've seen some of your flowers.
Yeah,
You have some really nice roses.
Thanks. I love floral work. I'd like to get into like tattooing some like color realistic skulls, but I don't know yet. I kind of want to explore it a little bit more and see what I like.
Right on.
Yeah,
So you're traveling at all this year?
I am. Quite a bit actually, considering that I moved from New Mexico and then did it all again to move the rest of my house, and then traveling in between. So I did Evergreen, and we've got Tahoe coming up, and then Puerto Rico, and then
In December?
In December, and I think I might do the show in New Mexico.
We're
just
missing
to keep up
one
with-
vital one in October.
Oh,
Paradise,
yeah.
Paradise Tattoo Gathering in October
Paradise Tattoo Gathering in October.
here in Massachusetts. I hope you're coming. You coming?
I'm definitely coming, and I will be tattooing.
Did you get invited?
Well, I'm still waiting for my invite in the mail, so
You're not going to get one. We're all invited because you got to work.
yeah. So I'm pretty stoked for that, all the learning. Actually, the Paradise Tattoo Gathering in Colorado, I started tattooing directly after that show. So that was kind of what
That's when you began tattooing?
That's when I began tattooing. So that's what
So
fueled all of my energy.
You had an entire other life before tattooing.
I did.
What drew you to tattoo?
Well, I was a painter before, and I wanted to create art for a living. And I thought that meant I was going to make paintings and sell prints and all that stuff. But the more I painted, the more it kind of led me into the tattoo world. And it was just kind of a natural...
Was it because of the imagery that you were painting?
Yeah, it was mostly the imagery.
The clients you were drawing, the people that were buying your stuff?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Skulls.
Skulls.
Lots and lots of skulls.
Yeah.
I noticed at conventions you bring a lot of artwork with you, a lot of prints, a lot of originals and things like that. Mm-hmm. Is that a good way for you to supplement paying for being at conventions?
Absolutely. It not only helps supplement things, but it helps draw people to my booth, and I can interact with them from there.
So would you recommend that to other people?
I highly recommend it. Anything you can do to stand apart from the crowd I would totally recommend doing.
Do you have any advice for traveling with that much stuff?
It's a pain in the ass, but it's totally worth it. Yeah. It costs a lot extra to do it, and a lot more legwork and sweat and all that stuff, but at the end of it all, it's totally worth it.
So how do you usually get your stuff to shows?
Usually we'll drive and load the car, piles of stuff. Flying to Evergreen, I travel with my paintings framed, but I took them all out of the frames and just packed them so they would work.
Did you bring frames with you, or you just put them up unframed?
I put them up unframed, but the paintings I sold, I reframe and then send to the people.
Oh, great. So you do pretty well with that?
Yeah.
You get a pretty good turnout of people buying your originals and
Absolutely.
prints and stuff?
Yeah.
Cool. So what's your medium?
Oil.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long have you been painting?
I've been painting... I took up oil about a year before I started tattooing, but I've been painting much longer, probably my whole life.
How did you start off like that? Were you an art kid? Did you go to art school?
I was always drawn to art, and when I did go to college, I took about 2 years of art courses. I eventually changed my major and did something else. But
so why did you go away from art in the beginning?
People kind of fascinated me, and I wanted to learn more about them, and so that's what drew me into psychology and sociology.
Do you still like people?
I mean, that's a complicated question, but the short answer is yes, I like people. I really like learning about why they do the things they do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, some people are hard to like. Some people I love.
So has your past career helped you with tattooing at all?
I think so.
Because I mean, you meet a lot of different types of people all day long, every day.
Absolutely. I think in terms of aligning expectations of what people want, that's super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're never pissing anybody off either, right?
I piss people off a lot.
Do you?
But it's
How
always...
you doing that?
When my expectation is different than theirs, and we got off track somewhere.
So how do you deal with difficult clientele and things like that?
Talk to them, communicate as much as I can, keep the lines open.
That's what I was doing with that. Keeping the lines of communication between me and Max open. So, tattooing-wise, how long have you been tattooing? Do you want to tell us?
A little over 2 years. It was 2 years in December, so...
Do you ever feel overwhelmed?
A lot of times. But I just work through it. The more hours I put in, the better I feel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You still nervous when you go into tattoos?
Every tattoo I'm super nervous about. I hope that never goes away, actually, because it really keeps me focused and on point. I don't ever want to go in just like super comfortable, like, yeah, I got it.
No? Never?
I don't think so.
Max does that every time. Right, Max? What? I got this. Every tattoo, every single time. He's prepared. His drawings have been prepared weeks in advance. He's got a solid plan every single time. Right, Max? No, that's not true at all. I don't want to take away any confidence level, from Max's clients. He knows what he's doing. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back a little bit more with Gabe, and then we will bring on Mr. Durb Morrison. Stick around. What is a webinar? It's your chance to up your game and improve yourself with new techniques in art, in business, and tattooing. Webinars are streaming professional development seminars taught by the masters of their craft that you can watch in the comfort of your home, your studio, or even on the go on your mobile device. If you have a stable internet connection, you can stream a webinar. Here at Tattoo Now, we continually produce high-quality video presentations from top artists and business people. Our catalog includes hours of education from greats like Guy Aitchison, Bob Tyrell, DJ Betts, Jeff Gogway, Russ Abbott, James Kern, Tommy Helm, Ian McCowan, Kelly Doty, Rember Oriana, and more all the time. These professional artists share their years of experience to accelerate your path and help you become more successful. Fill up on high-octane brain fuel now with a Tattoo Now webinar. Do you want to bring your career to the next level? Then webinars from Tattoo Now can help you do that. Hey, we're back. Thanks for checking those out. So you noticed that last commercial was about our webinars. Gabe, have you taken webinars?
I have taken many webinars.
Yeah?
Virtually all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Now the big question, do you like them?
I love them. The webinars were a large part of what led me to the tattoo gathering and then to Off the Map.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. So obviously you think professional development is important?
Absolutely.
So what are some of the things that you've learned that have made you advance by watching things like that?
Man, it's hard to put into words, but it really makes you evaluate your current situation and compared to the top people that are out there, right, and where you want to be on that spectrum. And it just helps you progress.
I think some of my favorite parts of some of the webinars and seminars I've seen are when artists kind of show their weaknesses or their past spots where you might be feeling uncertain about things, and then they explain it, and you're kind of like, oh shit, Jeff Gogway had problems with this? Me too.
Yeah.
Ah, good. I feel like a normal person.
Absolutely.
You know? Give you a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you tell me a little bit about your experience at the Worldwide Tattoo Conference?
So my first time attending, I took as many seminars as I could afford to take, and it was completely awesome and a little bit overwhelming, just because of the amount of information that was traveling in my brain, and but it sunk in, and I'll revisit those same webinars over and over again, and I learned something new each time. Even with Bob's old DVD, The Method to My Madness, I've probably watched it a good 80 times, and each time I watch it, I get something new out of it.
Dang. I've watched it probably 12. And
I'll put it on when I'm painting or doing something else, and I just pick up something each time.
We're about to make a new one with him.
Yep.
It should be out soon.
Stoked for that.
You were there for when we recorded it.
Yep.
During Black and Gray Week.
That was a long day.
You were probably the hardest working person there. I would say that.
Thank you. I was super happy to be there, and I just wanted to be a part of it.
I've never seen someone so tired. Worked so hard. You would be the last one there, and then you would be the first one there.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's kind of my goal in life every day. So I want to be the first person there and the last person to leave, and work as hard as I can in between.
You succeeded that weekend for sure.
Yeah.
So what'd you get out of the live stuff versus webinar stuff?
The live stuff was awesome because I got to see the actual pace of each tattoo and how those guys work, and it's fascinating. It's super slow, but it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, when you're sitting in a room for 14 hours watching somebody tattoo.
Yeah. What people don't realize is being focused for that amount of time is hard to do. It's hard on the client, it's hard on the tattooer, and it's really cool when it all comes together like that.
Yeah, I mean, it can be both mentally and physically exhausting.
Yeah.
You know, when Bob finishes like a 14-hour tattoo, it's hard to talk to him because he's gone. Like, not because he's drunk, because he's not. Because it just takes everything out of him. You know?
Absolutely.
Same with Rember. Anybody that tattoos that long.
Yeah.
Do you have that same problem sometimes? You get done with tattooing and just feel completely burnt?
Yep, absolutely. Almost every tattoo.
So what do you do after to revitalize yourself? I mean, Leanne's here now, so that'll help.
Yes, that will help. The dog is also here. She's super snuggly. And
she just gave me, motherfucker, look.
I don't know. Just take a few hours off before kind of recouping and getting on to the next project. Sometimes I'll paint, and that helps.
So do you do anything to stay healthy?
I'm not doing one single thing to stay healthy right now.
It's true. He eats like shit.
Putting
Terrible.
that's probably the one thing I need to address the most is being healthier and being on a normal person schedule eating wise, because you're tattooing all day and then you're done and you realize you're starving. So
I think this would be a good time for us to see if Durb's around.
yeah,
Because he's probably got some pretty good advice for that kind of stuff.
absolutely.
So, Gabe, if you want to find Durb, that would be great. He's not going to hear that for like 45 seconds, but it's fine. So where are you living these days? Are you living local?
We rented a cabin about a half hour from the shop, and we're trying to find a place in the next month or so.
Yeah. Do you like New England? You like where the shop is?
It's beautiful. I love how old everything is and all the history. I'm looking forward to exploring the area.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you an outdoorsy kind of guy at all?
Yeah, I like to fish.
Yeah. Did you you spend any time outdoors when you were at Northwest shop?
Yeah, we went hiking the day after, and it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Like the waterfalls and the green and all that stuff. Yeah.
Did you hear that stuttering in the background? Yeah?
Did you like either go to an ad and call him in or just call him
Tell the producer. You guys tell me, man. Okay. Hey, we're going to cut to commercial real quick, and then we'll be back with Durb Morrison. Thank you, Gabe Londis, for chatting with me, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll get you back on the show sometime soon.
Sounds good.
And good luck with your tattooing future.
Thanks, guys. Yeah,
It looks bright so far.
thanks, man. Appreciate that.
All right.
My name is BJ Betts. Thank everybody for coming. I really appreciate it. My love for lettering has been like way before I even started tattooing. I'll try and like keep it a little simple as far as like terminology for fonts and lettering, because I'm going to cover everything that I can, I guess, cover. And yeah, I guess I'll take it from here.
Give me two good wheels and give me one good eye. Give me wide open spaces and clear blue skies. Two wheels and I'm never alone. A tank full of gas and I may never come home.
So I approach things in a pretty simple manner. When I'm laying out lettering, this is what I do. I start with a real loose sketch and just go on from there.
So all winter long, they eat canned soup. Pickles from a jar, yeah, you know it's the truth. Yeah. So when town's too crowded to breathe, and the air's so hot that you just can't.
I like to make everything flow together as much as possible. So let's say I have, I don't know, maybe a T and an H, for example. There's a few things that we can do. You know, obviously we can just make it like that. Yeah, it's cool, kind of boring, but I mean, you know what it is still. Maybe bring that H, if it's the end of the word, maybe. You can, you know, bring that H down, loop it around, and then maybe you can bring that H back over, and now you got that. Yeah, I think that works a lot better than this. It looks cool. You can still play around with it a little bit, clean everything up. Boom, now everybody's happier, and you get to do something cooler.
Hey, we're back. Sorry, I got distracted by Max washing his hands over in the corner. It's a good thing. Sometimes he doesn't do that. No, he always does. So that was Gabe Londis, one of our newer residents here at Off the Map Northeast. If you're interested, go check out drawingdeadart.com. All of his stuff is up there. I'm not sure how often he updates his news items, but you can kind of check out what he's doing over there. He made a sour face, so probably not recently. It's pretty busy tattooing. But we are here to talk with Durb Morrison. Hey, Durb. Can you hear me?
What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah.
Hey, man. How are you?
Great.
Yeah?
Busy as ever. I've been doing a lot. Just moving my house and trying to resettle everything. Head off to the Venetian tattoo gathering here in less than 3 weeks. So it's been real busy.
You steal my old hat, man? I've been looking for that.
Style, man. I just need a beard. Good to go.
That's not a beard.
No, this will not be.
So are
Never.
you in your new place?
Yeah, man. Yep. I just moved from Reynoldsburg, where I've been living. I raised my son there for like the last 14 years, and finally moved back downtown to live right by my studio, actually. So things got a lot more convenient and easy, and saving about an hour of my life every day. So it's good.
You like being downtown? A little more exciting.
Dude, yeah, I love it, man. That's one of the things I missed all those years. I knew I had to raise my son where I had like land and property where he could have dirt bikes and four-wheelers. So I sacrificed, got out of the city, but all those years I was driving back into the city just, to be at my studio and do the conventions and things like that. So it just made sense at this point. He's 20 years old. So it's time to move back downtown. It's party time.
Yeah, man, I do the same thing. I live in the woods because I got kids,
Yeah.
Where the hell are you going to have Roman candle fights now?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna find somewhere for him, man. We might do it inside the studio, inside my house,
In the warehouse?
Yeah, in the warehouse. But no, those Roman candles, pretty, but we get rowdy.
So I was just talking with Gabe Londis a little earlier, and he's talking about how his food intake is terrible, and I thought you would be a person to follow that up with some of your wonderful health advice.
Well, I mean, that's just one of the things that I go over, when I'm doing the longevity of the artist seminar that I'll be teaching in Venice at the Venetian Gathering. But it talks a lot about that because that's one of the most common things. When he's mentioning that all comes back to the topic that I always make, that us as tattoo artists, we care more about our art, we care more about our clients sometimes than we do about ourselves. Meaning that we'll work all day and not even think about ourselves, think about feeding ourselves, and that keeps you performing better as well. So it's actually it's kind of a bad thing. You see a lot of tattoo artists put on, weight throughout their career and things like that, where it's a very stationary job, but also the diet habits, if an artist doesn't know how the body works and things like that, it could be worse for the tattoo artist. If you're just eating one big kind of chunk of, like a big meal at the end of your day, and you didn't feed your body throughout the day, it's going to store it as fat. And that's where a lot of artists can kind of put on a lot of extra body fat because they won't eat the whole day. They'll get off, have a couple of beers and a bunch of kind of crap food and go back to work, go back to drawing, do your homework at night. So that's just one of the things that I go over, though. There's a lot of aspects to tattoo artists' lifestyles and the unfortunate circumstances that we have to operate under sometimes, dealing with so many people and traveling and all that. I call it survival mode, essentially what we go into. And survival mode, like get your tattoos done, or if you're working a convention, so you're constantly on the go. Sometimes you just forget about your own body, and then the next thing you know, you're having either weight issues or some kind of other health issue with it,
So you're going to be giving your seminar in Venice, right?
Yep.
You looking forward to it?
Yeah, I am. Actually, I'm looking forward to doing the longevity of the artist seminar, and then we're going to follow that up later in the day on that closing discussion panel about a health discussion, with everybody there. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Each time I teach it, I get more input back from a lot of the artists, which is what I want. I kind of keep it open like a group discussion with a seminar in there as well. That way I can get some feedback too, even some of the discomforts that I feel from tattooing for the last 26 years, I might, the next guy might have a whole different issue going on. So I'm trying to listen to that and apply those and kind of update my seminar pretty much every time, add new things.
I got to sit in on your seminar in Detroit, and
it
kind of made me feel a little bad about myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Were you ready to touch your toes?
I was hungover, so I didn't sleep.
Not a good way.
I had a giant wallet in my backpack. In my back pocket. So I have a big belt buckle. Everything you said
wrong-
not to do, I was just like, yep, check.
You know what?
Check.
You're the typical tattoo artist, man. Yeah. Until you realize it. Have you been taking your wallet out more?
Yeah, I do.
Since you've been doing loosening your belt, things like that. That's where I ran into some of the biggest problems. Is you run into some of the biggest issues from unforeseen things that you don't even realize. You know, like a lot of people will run into sciatica. Well, carpal tunnel or sciatica is a big one actually, and I believe Nico's having some problems with his sciatica nerve and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason I haven't been able to get him on the show is because he's been having, some health issues, some pain.
And he needs that time. He needs to rehab and take some time to kind of relieve some of that pressure on the nerve or whatever's going on with him. My problem came from, and I've mentioned this before to people, is mine came from my belt. Like you said, you got the big belt buckle, but mine was from wearing like really tight belts, tight like punk rock leather belts that were like thick, and then leaning forward to tattoo for hours and hours. And what that belt was doing was essentially when I was leaning forward, it was pressing into my femoral nerve, which is the front nerve. The sciatica is more on the back.
Right.
The femoral nerve is more on the front. And just one day it just shut off. My leg ended up going numb, like out of nowhere. I thought I had a stroke, all kinds of weird shit, until I went to a neurologist, and sure as hell it was from wearing a tight belt while I was tattooing for 20 years.
I mean, that
straight.
was also before you had like a nice tight stomach and you had a little bit of a beer belly hanging over that belt and everything.
No, you're right. It was at one of my heavier moments. When I was just unable to take care of myself, like a lot of tattoo artists. But yeah, losing the weight's definitely helped. That nerve will never repair. And that's where it's good if people can know about this beforehand, because a lot of times nerves can't be repaired, without stem cells and a lot of things like that. But yeah, that is another thing too, with the weight of a tattoo artist, the stomach weight on top of the belt. I mean, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more people running into these problems here in the future, because yesterday's tattoo artists, like back in the day, didn't tattoo like today's tattoo artists, with all due respect. But they didn't put in 10 hours straight on sessions with barely taking a break. There's a lot more physical demand on the artist, nowadays, as far as the time and the demand for clients, and we all want to keep up. And therefore we forget about ourselves again, So today's tattoo artist definitely has a little bit more rough physically, I think,
So you were in Venice for the Worldwide Tattoo Conference.
Just did it, yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about your experience with Venice and why you decided to partner up and do the Venetian Tattoo Gathering, why you thought it would be a good experience?
Yeah, I mean, mainly with Gabe's events. I've worked with Gabe a lot of his events, and then Alex is a great guy, really hardworking, talented artist. When I went over there to to host a worldwide conference, everybody over there was just super nice, and I really loved Italy. I found out later that I'm actually Italian, which you didn't know that, so I got a little bit of Italian blood in me.
You're the tallest
so things
Italian
are
I've ever met.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm losing my dark hair because it's all going silver, so. But no, I really fell in love with Italy and the people and the lifestyle, and going over there and hosting that conference. And then I think we were at Trieste. We were either in Trieste or Treviso for a convention over there. And that's when Alex and Gabe approached me, and we had to sit down about doing something inside Venice that's never been done before. Convention based more on education and workshops and really high caliber tattooing. So it's a different flavor. As most people know, I do Hell City, and it's kind of booming and bands and freak shows, and it's got education to it as well, but it's more of a artistic performance, I guess, in my opinion. So this is nice to kind of switch gears. It gives me the opportunity to work with business partners, switch gears into kind of more what the Paradise Gathering does, is education and workshops and stuff. So. Yeah, I don't like to pass off opportunities, especially when I feel they're, beneficial for everybody, and so I jumped on board.
So you've been traveling, you travel a lot. You've always traveled a lot. I see recently you just posted some of your travel schedule.
Yep.
Why do you keep traveling so much? What do you find beneficial about traveling?
Traveling? I mean, the lifestyle that tattooing's given us, we have the opportunity to travel, we travel, make money tattooing. So traveling to me gets me out, I didn't travel a lot internationally when I was younger, but now that I'm, getting a little bit about 43 now, so,
I'm making a lie. I know you're only 35. He's 35.
I'm not as old as...
He's 35, don't let him lie to you. He's not 43. He's just a rough 35, not a good-looking 43.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So just, going overseas, finally, and going to Italy, it just kind of fueled my fire to travel more. So, yeah, like after the Venetian gathering, Savannah and I are going to Florence, then Rome, then we're flying back to London, we're going to Scotland, then I come home. She stays there for like 3 weeks. So I thought traveling, it just opens new doors, you know, and you get to experience different lifestyles and cultures. And with tattooing, too, being a vehicle for you to travel, you meet a lot of other really good tattooers. I always call that the tattoo family. So it expands the tattoo family, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know in my limited travels, meeting tattooers is great because they always have some sort of cultural insight. You know, they always want to talk about the local art thing. Like, they want to show you their cities and stuff. And I really appreciate traveling because they want to take you around and show you everything, you know, because tattooers, they're pretty laid back, you know, and they love other people that are involved in tattooing too. So they're more likely to show you the cool shit.
The tattoo community just kind of embraces people too, embraces others within the community. So, like, you could literally, being a tattoo artist, you could literally travel anywhere and be like, yo, has anybody got somewhere I could stay? I guarantee somebody's going to, you know, come to the rescue and help you out. So, I don't know, just, you know, traveling's kind of, it's just opened a lot of new doors and a lot of new adventures and stuff like that. So, it's kind of in my blood now, so.
Well, speaking of new doors, I know you're looking for a resident artist at your tattoo shop, Red Tree Tattoo Gallery. So what's going on over there?
Red Tree, pretty much, you know, Red Tree's a studio. The guys, we've always all done kind of what we wanted. You know, it's an open key thing where you get your key, you make your own hours, and everybody's free to travel, go do whatever. I hate those. I mean, I've had those days of stained skin back in the, you know, early 90s when somebody would leave your studio, it would create some kind of animosity or, you know, like a ripple in the current pretty much in the water. So nowadays, you know, I mean, being more of a senior tattoo artist and owning studios for the last 23 years now, you know, it doesn't faze me. I think that supporting your artists along the entire way and realizing that people move on, you know, people do want that opportunity to open their studios or to grow however they want business-wise. Some people have families they want to grow too. So I've always kind of encouraged that. I never want to see an artist leaving my studio, but I've always encouraged them to grow and to expand and to kind of do what they want, you know, and I feel like that keeps better relationships. It inspires people more. So recently we have one of our artists. We had Gunnar. Gunnar went and opened up a studio probably about 6 to 8 months ago. Mm-hmm. You know, and he spoke with me. I mean, literally, me and him spoke for 2 years with him wanting to do it. You know, I've always encouraged it. So Gunnar finally did it, and we gave him a good farewell. Now Kevin Stress, who's been a really hard-working artist at my studio, he's got a son on the way. You know, he's just growing as an artist and businessman. So he wants to take a chance at it as well. So we're kind of, you know.
Oh, see, I didn't realize that Kevin was moving on. That's
yeah.
You know, good for him, but that's a loss for the studio for sure because his artwork is fucking kick-ass.
Yep, he's a really good artist. But you know, but as with all my crews, even when I owned Stained Skin back in the day, man, all my crews were powerhouse. We had legendary crews back then. You know, so we're bringing on Nate Marty, who's an amazing tattoo artist here in Columbus, Ohio. He does a lot of black and gray bio, a lot of really large, you know, freehand tattoo, black and gray. So we're bringing him on. So, you know, whenever somebody leaves, I just bring in another talent. That kind of inspires the studio actually at the same time. You know, I think change is good. And when an artist moves on, I think it's good. As long as you keep it a positive thing, it's a good thing for the other artists in your shop, because that next artist you bring in, who I usually bring in very talented artists, that inspires the other guys in my shop to keep working hard. Like, oh, we got a new guy, can't let him crush it, you know. So it's part of the cycle with any studio, you know. And at times I think it's important for the studio as well to kind of like get new, fresh energies in there, because sometimes people burn out, and it's not that they burn out on their art; they burn out on going into the same door and sitting on the same stool, or, you know, those type of things. Yeah. So.
I mean, artists are fickle people anyway. You know, like artists after a few years they're like, man, I know there's something else, even if they don't know what that something else is. You know, and they get itchy and they want to move around. And you know, that's why we let our artists travel everywhere, is because, you know, we understand. Yeah. You know. Exactly.
And you guys have the freedom to do what they want, and I wish them all good luck whenever they decide to go on and do whatever. You know, because there's so much talent everywhere too. It's good for me as well. It gets me to work around other artists and things like that as well. So. I wish all my dudes good luck.
Hey, can you give me a quick little plug for some of your new True products?
Oh, shit!
I'm looking forward to them. So I know you got a new True Grips 3 coming out, right?
Yeah, I can't tell you everything because unfortunately there's reputable companies out there that are ripping our products off blatantly without it bringing any innovation. We've always tried to invent products and bring in, innovative new products
sure.
to tattooing. So I got a lot of stuff in the works. We're getting ready to release true cartridge needles this coming week. So yeah, we're excited. We're also going to carry the Slot Lock brand that we've carried. Hexagrips are taking off like crazy. The Hexagrips, True Grips, people are loving those. And now we're getting ready to release True Grip 3.
Right, which I saw.
And then
I think they're pretty rad.
Yeah, did you see those in?
I saw those in Detroit.
Yeah, so we had
I saw your prototypes in Detroit.
Yeah, we're getting ready to actually with our Ergo Squish True Tubes with the adjustable handle. We're getting ready to make those as disposable cartridge tubes as well. So there's a lot of stuff we're working on. We're trying to do different stuff. We're trying to bring something new. I always say innovate, don't regurgitate.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bite what other people are doing, so I'm always trying to bring something different. Like also recently we've been doing multi-use products. So what we've done with all of our True Grips products is we've redesigned the blister packaging
For true rinse cups.
Yeah. So it's the first dual-use product. So you're using less waste. You get a rinse cup with every True Grip, whether it's True Grip 1, 2, Hexagrip. So we're trying to do things like that. We're trying to innovate and bring something new to the industry that'll be here forever. Like memory foam products, we're the first people to ever do those.
I know. I've seen a lot of people in the last year or so knocking them off.
Yeah, but also that's flattering because it was a needed product within tattooing.
Right.
And we brought memory foam to tattooing, but it is flattering. And it will be a part of tattooing forever. That's the way I look at it. When I'm gone and done, memory foam products and grip covers will always be a part of tattooing. And if they help tattoo artists' health, like the carpal tunnel and the comfort of their hand, then so be it.
And it's they're I don't know, they're a lot squishier than a fucking paper towel.
Yeah.
Paper towel and tape.
Exactly.
I don't know. I understand why people have done it, but they don't need to anymore because it's just easy. You slide it on, it's good to go.
Yeah, and it just looks more professional, I think, to the client that doesn't understand the tattoo process. Looks like just a bunch of paper towels around their grip. And that's what we looked at too. We try to look at things that tattoo artists are doing with tattooing and try to kind of develop around that. So that's pretty much where that all sprouted from.
Well, I know your future is bright if you just keep expanding. I hope you keep doing it. Hey, do you remember the first time you were on this show?
A long time. You know what? I was on the test shows for these when you guys were just trying it out.
Yeah.
I think before it even went live, we did some test stuff.
If anyone's curious, they're out there on YouTube still. Durb is as solid as ever. I not so much.
Yeah. Hey, I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah, no.
My beard was smaller, and so was my interview skill.
Yeah, you were a youngin' at these interviews back then. You were just
I haven't
starting
been young
out.
in 20 years, man.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
I'm just about the same age as you.
yeah, I'm right behind you, man.
Well, hey,
Exactly.
thanks for joining me, and
Definitely.
I'm really looking forward to Venice, and I'll be putting in a cartridge order as soon as you tell me they're available.
Excellent. And then we'll be coming out with those Ergo cartridge tubes too. So, but yeah, another thing too, I wanted to mention too with the longevity of the tattoo artist seminar that I've been giving and stuff too. I'm constantly refining it, and I mentioned to you and Gabe actually that I'm getting a lot of demand for a webinar actually with it. So you guys can all look for that in the future as well. I do want to put a lot of work into it as far as going to busy chiropractors, kind of doing a more in-depth type thing with it. But eventually, the longevity of the artist seminar will be an actual webinar soon. So
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to getting that together. I think it'll be fun.
yeah, it's gonna be great. So
All right, man. I'll see you in Italy.
awesome. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Peace. See ya.
Well, that was Durb Morrison. If you want to see his Longevity the Tattooer live seminar, join us in Venice. And I mean, you have the extra added bonus of being in Venice, Italy. Stay tuned. Next up is Tattoo Now Network News with Josh Sahoza, and then we're going to wrap it up and get the hell out of here. We got a little going away party for one of our residents. It'll be a sad time, but it'll be a good time. Joe King is leaving us, so if you're a talented tattooer out there... Oh wait, also Frank is leaving. Thanks, Josh. Frank, I didn't mean to diss you, man. You've just been gone for a week, so I just only seen Joe. Anyway, so we lost two. We lost Frank and Joe, and we're looking for some new awesome residents here at Off the Map. And it's a little dude heavy around here. It's kind of a sausage party, if you get what I mean. So I know that talented female tattooers are out there. Please come join us. We could use the balance. We'll be right back with Tattoo Now Network News with Josh, and then I'll be back for a wrap up. See you on the other side of this.
Tattoo artists are power creators, not power administrators. Save time, money, and trees with Tattoo Release Forms app. Your client will photo his ID, enter personal information, information about the tattoo, health information, initial legal clauses, and sign his name. When the client is finished, you can make session notes and choose inks and needles from the most popular brands and configurations. Preview the form, sign it, and hit upload. The form lands on a secure cloud in seconds as a printable PDF. If you're at a convention or without Wi-Fi, TRF will automatically upload the forms next time you're online. Return clients can simply search for themselves, check to make sure all the information is correct, and sign again. Done in seconds. Download Tattoo Release Forms app from the Apple App Store for free and enjoy 25 free forms. Also available in the UK, Canada, and Australia.
This is Tattoo Now Network News.
So let's see here. What are you guys doing?
Let's go.
Oh, cool. All right. So network news, here we go. Emerald Isle Tattoo Session is coming up, and there are tickets still available. So if you're in Europe, you will have a chance to go catch seminars from Jeff Gogway, Nick Baxter, Odd Boy, Gabe Ripley, and once again, Durb. He just is teaching seminars everywhere, correct?
As many as you can.
Cool. So if you're anywhere in the world,
Reputable tattoo conventions everywhere.
yeah, if you would like to take Durb's seminar, just go anywhere. April 25th is the day of seminars, and on the 26th there's going to be a fun day that's going to be preceded by a discussion panel. So if you're in Dublin or in Europe, go check it out. Sorry, I'm trying to catch a Ben. Speaking of Ben, there's a new blog on halfpriceskulltattoos.com. That's his website. It's also benlicata.com. Goes to the same place. But check it out. It's about inspiration and taking time to let your mind breathe. So, Ben. Come
About my trip to New York.
on, Ben.
What?
Come back. I'm gonna ask you a question.
There's no microphone for me.
You can talk into my chest.
Yes, Josh?
So, what do you have to say about making new posts on your blog?
Oh, well, I wish I had another microphone. I recently noticed that every time I posted a news item, I got 10 times the traffic on my website than I did on the days that I didn't.
That's great.
The second news post that I made got twice as many hits as the first one I made. So I'm exponentially getting more and more viewers just by posting.
Just by posting on your blog.
Exactly.
All right, great. So there you have it from the mouth of Ben Licata. Post on your blog and you'll get more hits. Also, you can get some apprentice tattoos from Ben while they last.
Not long. We'll be charging people soon.
That's what I said, while they last. I didn't say free or half price. I said just get apprentice tattoos.
We're doing those for a while.
And hopefully they will last forever, or else you're doing something wrong.
They will.
Cool. So moving on, Scott Olive is a great tattooer, although personally I've never met him.
Also moving on.
He is also moving on, and he will be relocating starting May 1st. Moving to Asheville, North Carolina, which is, there's a great pizza shop there.
One of our longest tattoo now clients. He's been around for a long time.
What's it? Oh, there's a good pizza shop in Asheville, so Scott, if you're watching, there's a good pizza shop. He'll be at Rising Sparrow Tattoo, and he's awesome. You can check his website out at scottolive.com. Some new classifieds on tattoonow.com for you to check out. Iconic Inc. in State College has something going on.
They're all looking for artists.
These guys are all looking for artists. All right. So Iconic Inc., State College, PA, Mayhem Inc. in Nashua, New Hampshire. Body Tech Tattooing and Piercing in Gainesville, Florida. And speaking of awesome places, Gainesville totally kicks ass. They have one of the coolest music scenes in the country. So if you want to tattoo somewhere cool with sweet music, Gainesville, Florida, pretty rad. And also, finally, Rebel Muse Tattoo in Louisville, Texas. Heard that Rebel Muse is a kick-ass studio, and you should probably check it out. That's it for the news, except there was also opening day for baseball, if anybody cares but me.
Yeah, where the fuck is your Pirates jersey? Microphone.
Microphone's still on. Yeah. Oh, that's Mikey. Oh, shit. Hey, Pirates. Opening day, they won 4-1. So if you like baseball, you have 1,000 months for the season. And that's it with the news. So we'll see you in not 2 weeks because everyone's going to be in Venice.
It's true. We will be recording a DVD about it.
But they'll be recording a DVD, and Ben will probably tell you about that when he comes back.
I don't know anything about baseball. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Off the Map Live. Make sure that if you want to get to know more about this show, go find us on social media. We're out there everywhere. You can find us through our Off the Map Tattoo Instagram. We also have offthemaptattoo.com. There's a little handy link with my ugly face on it so that you can click and watch live shows. We have a nice YouTube channel which has dozens and dozens and dozens of interviews. If you like something, click the button, like, and leave us a review. I'm curious to know what you guys actually think about it. We have an iTunes podcast too out there, and we need people to review it. Give me 1 star. Give me over and over. I don't care. As long as I get a review, it'll start showing up in other places. So we need you to do that. And tell me what I'm doing wrong. I want to hear that too. I mean, I might hate you a little bit, so don't put your name on it, but tell us, what you want to see. I want to thank all of our cable access viewers. We are available across the country on late night stoner TV, otherwise known as community television. If it's not in your area, call up your local cable access station and they can get it for free at pegmedia.org. We subsidize that so that people that have nothing to watch late at night can watch my ugly mug and a bunch of really awesome people. A special thank you to Marwin Dwellers, who watches every single thing we put out. Every stream, our daily streams from the shop, the shows. He's really great. He watches from Beirut. He's always in the chat room. If you want to talk to him, get on our chat room, and he's always there. He's been supporting us for a long time, so thank you, Marwin. I hope you're still awake. You might not be, but you'll see it on the replay. Our next show will be a month from now, because 2 weeks from now is the day before I fly to Italy. I'll be too busy getting all the gear together so that I can shoot you guys all a beautiful DVD or two about our experience at the Venetian Tattoo Gathering. We're going to put some stuff together, some seminars, discussion panels. We'll probably do 2 things, one for artists and one for fans. I'll try to get the best I can for Italy, from Italy, from all the people that can't get there. Right now we're off to our going away party for Joe King and Frank Reddy, so I gotta go. But thanks for watching. See you next time. Later.
Fuck your beer.
She ran away for the holiday, said she's going to Italy.
to the